Hi, Sagittarius rising sign. Here is your weekly forecast, and we are starting on the 2nd of February until the 8th of February. Well, you do have got Mercury and Venus in your third house. Both of them are in trine to Chiron in your fifth house. And maybe this is a conversation that is going to be sparking a creative healing within you or a confidence meta that all of a sudden is going to start improving. Or you might be writing a message or a letter that is kind of like, finally giving you the permission to be happy. Or maybe your siblings or a close relative offer words that validate your unique creative talents. Potentially, maybe you find very beautiful ways of communicating the wounded part of your self expression. Or maybe this is a healing conversation that you are about to be having with your children as well. Or you go on this short trip. I mean, Mercury and Venus is about togetherness. Mercury is the ruler of your seventh house. So imagine that you are going down on a healing journey, for example, a holiday or a scenery that gives you that aha moment. Like, that's the path that I want to be on. Your voice can become a healing instrument as well for people in your immediate environment. Or I can imagine pretty much of a breakthrough when it comes to learning. All of a sudden, I start understanding something, or I start understanding my childhood wounds and potentially the pride, how it got hurt. Or maybe you are ready to kind of like encourage others to play again, to focus on that intimacy department, and so forth. We do have got Saturn, which might be actually pretty important because it's on 29 degree. And I've spoken about this in detail that Saturn is almost on 29 degree in the Neptune ingress chart as well. So that Neptune is pretty much of an unfinished business here. That is talking to us about potentially that there is still healing to be done when it comes to your family. It is the Saturn has been testing you for the last 2.5 years, whether you have been ready to rebuild your home, your family foundations, your inner peace. Imagine this as a final audit of your roots, your inner sanctuary. Maybe you are asked to settle a matter regarding the property, your domestic life, the connections within your family as well. Or this could indicate a 2.5 year test of your emotional security. Maybe this is going to talk to you about relocation, selling a property. Potentially, this might be even an indication of inheritance of a property and so forth. But you seem to be closing the books on a cycle of reparenting yourself. We have got the Sun and Ceres sextile happening as well, another third and fifth house activation. And that might be slightly bit not difficult, sorry, same as what we have discussed connected to Mercury and Venus conjunctions as well. But again, a short trip that might be feeding your creative inspiration, or you find the nurturing and supporting way to speak your truth to your children, to your lover. It's kind of like, setting the record straight about what my needs are. Or maybe someone is going to talk to you about certain type of dysfunctionality when it comes to your love life or certain things that you might be projecting onto your love life. And then you can kind of like start understanding other people's opinion because Sun rules the ninth house, and that's the opinion of other people's. Maybe you realize that your daily scripts are becoming um, I'm attached to certain type of scripts, and then I'm gonna have to be able to work those through. Or you're ready to learn new skills. Ceres in the fifth house is kind of like that soul food, that you need to be able to express the true self of yourself. The Mercury enters your fourth house this week, which is, of course, again, I mean, it's connected to your home and family life. So I can imagine that you are doing a little bit of a contemplation on your family life. I would like to remind you that Mercury will be retrograde in the fourth house. So it's going to be staying here for an extended amount of time. So contemplation on your roots, contemplation on what to do with the family. Maybe you feel this sudden urge to get going to do something, but then after we might be doubting, like, am I gonna sell the house or have I sorted out these, lessons connected to family and domestic matters? So it might be a domestic decision that you have to be able to make, but do I trust that feeling? You know, let's say if I want to be selling a property, is that the right price that I'm asking for? And there could be some doubts here. It's a little bit like your private world, your inner world is a little bit like mystical. We can go down on a memory lane. We can be processing certain type of feelings as well. There's a bit of a mourning in your chart, like regretting past decisions and so on. Or maybe it's a heartfelt conversation that you are having to make with your family. We have got Venus and Uranus square, and that's triggering your third and the seventh house. And this could talk to you about a sudden message or a conversation, which might be giving you that aha moment or disrupting certain type of routines in your work. So imagine that you have outlined your schedule and then all of a sudden it's all messed up, turned upside down because there is another deadline that you have to be able to hit. Or you feel this radical urge to liberate yourself from a local community or certain type of daily commitments. Or maybe it's an unexpected short trip, or maybe it's an unexpected event that is happening with your sibling, and that could be disrupting your physical health, your rituals, the daily routines. Or you are ready to break free from that mental script that I have already touched based on. Or maybe you find a technological piece, which might be able to upgrade your work environment. But you can be reluctant with a square. These are fixed signs as well. I'm not too sure if I want to use that and so forth, but what if I tried it? We've got Hopi and Phaeton entering your Taurus part of your chart, which is your sixth house as well. That's connected to health and the service that we provide. So maybe this is you realizing that I have to be fixing up my health. And if it has been a bit more on the downside, actually, these two asteroids can speed things up here. So, this is a reminder not to burn out your body while, you might be focusing way too much on work and so forth. Sometimes you're going to have to be able to rest as well. Or if you have got a sudden shift happening in your work, we can have certain type of a mental struggle here also, because I'm trying to finish things up and potentially I'm worried about the money. I want to get the full amount and all those type of stuff. Or simply this is a high speed demand at work. And that's for a Taurus part of the chart can be a challenge. Taurus is not necessarily about speed. Or maybe it's the realization that certain type of daily discipline has to be sacred in your life, and that's going to be improving your physical and mental vitality as well. And we've got Nemesis entering Capricorn, which is actually your second house. And Nemesis will stay here until the end of the year. So that's going to be important. And this is telling you that it's time to do a financial audit. It's about building up a reputable, disciplined approach to your income, protecting your reputation as well. It's about potentially looking at your prices, whether I'm charging the right amount of money. Does the work that I do align with my work? And so on. So, if I want to summarize things, I think your mind, your creative voice are highly electrified here. I think there could be connections that you make, and it starts a creative process, a creative healing within you. But yes, I said the message might be disrupting your physical scenarios. I mean, I can also imagine that you are ready to finalize the rebuilding of your home, having to clean out the home, rebuilding the family foundation. And it looks like that you might get a bit busy because your work moves are coming kind of fast. But we're going to have to remain disciplined. We're going to have to make sure that everything is built on the right foundation. So good luck, Sagittarius rising sign, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.